Lost in My Library. My name's Kate. Today I am doing a book tag. As you can probably see, I'm not in my normal space. I'm actually on vacation right now. So I am filming this in the best spot I can. Okay. So today we are doing the Contradictions Book Tag. This is making its rounds on BookTube at the moment. So I wanted to do it as well. This was originally created by Only If For a Page, and of course we'll leave a link in the description to her video, so their video. So let's just get into it. There's 8 questions plus tagging someone. I'm not good at tagging, so 8 questions. Number 1 is, I love this genre, but I didn't like this book. And I'm going to say for this one, Dune. There's gonna be a couple of some controversial opinions. I did not like Dune. I really didn't like Dune. It was just not for me. I couldn't get past the fact that we were on an alien planet, but our main characters are called Paul and Jessica, and I just didn't like Dune at all. Didn't go see the movie. Don't have any want to go see the movie at all, even though Zendaya's in it. And I'm sure Zendaya does fantastically. Also, Jason Momoa's in it. I'm sure he did great. But, no, that's a big no for me. I like sci-fi. I do like a good sci-fi. Although I haven't read a lot of sci-fi, I do like a good sci-fi. Number 2, I rarely read the genre, but I love this book. I'm going to say Eleanor and Gray, and this is by Brittany C. Cherry. I ended up loving this book. I read this book for what was going to be a video, but it didn't end up being a video. But was reading some of Jacqueline Wheeler's favorite books, and this was one of them. Wasn't sure about it. I love this book. This was just so good. It didn't break any ground, didn't do anything amazing, ground mind-blowing, but I just really enjoyed it. It was cute. I don't read a whole lot of romance, straight romance, but I am discovering I do like just romances and not when it's coupled with something else. So Eleanor and Gray, and I don't hear a whole lot of people talk about Eleanor and Gray, and it's just so good. It's a good one. Number 3, I love this trope, but I didn't like this book. I'm going to say for this one, one of my all-time favorite types of mysteries is a close-quartered type of mystery when they're all stuck somewhere. And I did not like Murder on the Orient Express. I would count this as a close-quartered kind of situation. I really didn't like Murder on the Orient Express, and I think partly that's in part because of Poirot. I just really didn't like Poirot in the book. And he was he's like Sherlock Holmes, but Sherlock Holmes has John Watson to balance out a lot of what's going on. And I've read Murder on the Links. I think that's Murder on the Links, the first book in the Hercule Poirot series, and that has he has his own buffer, and I can't think of his name. And that was better, but yeah, I don't think I really liked Hercule Poirot. I hate this trope, but I love this book. I don't really hate tropes, and I'm trying to think. I had something in mind, but I forgot what it was. I don't remember now. I had something in mind, but I don't. If I remember, I'll bring it back up. I love this author, but I didn't like this book. Obviously, Murder on the Orient Express. I loved And then there were None. That's one of my all-time favorite books. But also, I didn't love, which I still gave it a high scoring, but I didn't love Well of Ascension as much as I liked everything else. And I'm reading Hero of Ages now, and I actually I like Hero of Ages more than I liked Well of Ascension. I just didn't like Well of Ascension as much, and I feel really bad saying that. The ending was like, what? Was wild. And then, but everything building up to that ending was just not it. Not it. At that time, I was struggling with the relationship of Eland and Vin, and that's what the entirety of, like, the first half, or, like, most of this big chunk of it was Eland and Vin, and I'm just like, I'm still struggling with this relationship. And then suddenly you threw at me that they were engaged. That was wild, finding out. But yeah, Well of Ascension. Number 6, I previously disliked a book by this author, but I love this book. Now, I'm not saying that going back to number 5 also. Stephen King. We have a hit or miss kind of relationship, it seems like. I liked Carrie. Carrie was fine. Didn't like Salem's Lot. Really didn't like Salem's Lot. I loved The Shining. And then Night Shift, there were some good short stories. There was some not so good short stories. Like, one of the worst short stories I have ever read is in that book. But it's just, I hate that book. So, yeah, Salem's Lot. Really didn't like Salem's Lot. Didn't like it. That's another controversial opinion. Number 6 is, I previously disliked a book by the author, but I love this book. Not necessarily I love this book, but I thought the book was a lot better than the first book I read by this author, and that would be, hold on, I gotta look him up. I forgot his name. Christopher Hitchens. So I read the first book, which is The Leash Killer, and this is the Partois series. I did not like Leash Killer. I thought it was generic. It was definitely a book of its time. With the female representation in that book, it was just bad. You could tell it was written in the 80s. And then I read the second book, which is Ashok, and I think it did a lot better than the first book. It did a lot better. I liked it a lot more. But I didn't love it. Still didn't love it. Still a book of its time. But it was better. A lot better. Oh, Sundial, yeah. Okay, so for the next question is, I love this cover, but I didn't like this book. And I'm going to say, oh, this is really sad. Sundial by Katrina Ward. This is the author of Last House on Needle Street. I have not read that book. I read Sundial, which was an arc. I just really didn't like it. Like, half the book that was in the past was really good. I enjoyed all of that. And then the present timeline just didn't make sense. I didn't like it. And then there was a twist, like, 2 pages from the end that was just like, really? Just like, and it ended suddenly, and it just was not satisfying in any way. The twist was really not necessary all that much. It's just, I really didn't like it. And it, like, some of the dialogue was really bad. Like, really bad. Especially the young daughter, the oldest of the 2 daughters, would say some really cringy stuff. Like, nobody says that And just what, like this author just, ugh, ugh, I've heard great things about House on Needless Street, and this just was, I don't want to read it, because if the writing, the dialogue is as bad as it was in Sundial, not it. The past was fine, present was no. And then the last question is, I don't like this cover, but I love this book. I don't have a cover I actually hate. I like all of Rick. I think here we come. I like Rick. Rick Riordan is my all-time favorite author. I like all of the original covers for the original series. Oh, here's one. Oh, I just remembered. Oh, God. Okay. Y'all remember these covers of The Hunger Games? Like, what the actual heck were the designers of these covers thinking? Because, ew. Why are they so bright? Why is it neon colors when it's the Hunger Games? Yeah, bright, neon, pink, orange, green, I can't think. I just remember they're these bright colors. Yeah, that's what I think about when I think the Hunger Games. Tell me you didn't read the book without telling me you didn't read the book. Because, wow, these are really bad. Really, really, really bad. Yeah. Anyways, I had that inkling in the back of my head, ugh. These are so bad. Okay, well, that has been the Contradictions Book Tag. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to do this tag, go for it. You're tagged. Woo. Congratulations. You've been tagged. Go be a good cabbage today. Do something kind for someone, even if it is for yourself. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.